Listening to the talk, the only really highlights sort of things I got out of this was that Kite AI was looking for authorized network, right? So I thought maybe this was, to do with like Pi security circles, or maybe there might be some integration there. Nicolas was talking about decentralization of AI as well, and he kept on emphasizing adding value, right? Now, I don't really have anything to expand on that, but it's just something I noticed. And then the other one was users are willing to pay on a per month basis versus micropayments, right? But these AI agents, right, they don't really have that same skepticism about that, right? So they can ask for data and do transactions and all that, and they're happy to make payments in micropayments, right? So that's the only things I really took out of the talk. It wasn't really any groundbreaking thing, and as we know, it was 30 minutes. He's only going to get 5 minutes to talk, so it wasn't really much there. Now, with the artificial intelligence, right, the decentralized AI, I still think that it's going to be Stanford HAI. I think that's where Pi will probably get integration from, but it was just interesting that the other speakers were also decentralized AIs. Right? Now, with this article back in 2019, this was the big announcement of the Pi network, right? And when you read through this article, right, I can highlight some names, right? So this David Mazeres, right, I've talked about him before. He's one of the co-founders of Stellar and the creator of SCP, which is what we use for our consensus protocol, right? And the other name here, right, was this Michael Bernstein, right? So Michael Bernstein, right, he's under Stanford HAI, right? So there's a link there. And if you go to this link that he's got on his page, right, we go over to the Stanford HCI, right? And scrolling down, you can see that a lot of the papers they're writing is on about social computing and all that, which is obviously where CFAN comes in. And you see right here, we've got Nicolas listed as well, right? So I think there's a big connection there. We know there's a big connection with Stanford. And I just always assume that, this decentralized AI will come out of Stanford.